by what he wants from you? Because you went from the strongest woman I have ever seen in here to tears. And I know cancer is a difficult thing, but you seem to have, you feel pressured or something. Do you feel like people blame you?
When Thomas and Angela met more than 24 years ago, they promised each other forever. But now, after 19 years of marriage and 4 children together, their love has been tested by a totally unexpected twist.
Me and Gracie eventually ended up sleeping together behind his back. Then once I told him, of course, oh yes, a man's fantasy, so of course, oh, he was all into that. He wanted to watch.
Didn't that upset you?
Yes, it upset me. And then a few years later, said, well, Gracie wants a baby. Guess what? You're going to be the daddy.
And you said yes.
Can Thomas and Angela's marriage survive, or is 3 a crowd?
They liked it, so we all 3 just started having threesomes all the time, every time we're in the bedroom.
Today on Divorce Court.
Come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toler presiding.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Lloyd Thomas Rogers and Angela Rogers. The two of you have been together for 24 years, married 19. You have 4 children together, and you don't want to be married anymore. You have some financial matters that you would like me to resolve. But before we do that, first I would like to introduce Gracie Campbell. Hello to you.
Hi,
you are involved in this matter in a very special way, and we will get to that momentarily. But before we do any of that, I'm going to start out with you, Mrs. Rogers. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your relationship and why you're here in divorce court today?
I'm here in divorce court today because, Your Honor, our relationship has got so stale, men and his, I had to bring in a third party.
Angela, you're my wife. Gracie's your wife. It got stale because you wanted something more, not me.
Now, at this juncture, I think we need to clarify. Because typically, we have the guy bringing in an extra woman. But you decided to bring an extra woman into the relationship.
Yes, Your Honor.
And that extra woman was Ms. Campbell.
Yes, Your
Correct.
Honor.
Ms. Campbell, why don't you come on forward? Mr. Rogers, did you believe you were living the dream for a minute there?
Okay, well, I'll explain how everything got started.
Please.
I'm going to tell, me and Thomas have been, me and Lloyd, but we call him Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Thomas have been together for 24 years, married 19, like you said. We met Gracie where we worked. She was having problems in her relationship. Me and him were having our own little issues.
Mm-hmm.
So we started hanging out after work just as friends, talking about our relationship problems, you know, trying to help each other with our relationship problems. Kind of fell in love in that whole process.
Now, who fell in love with whom?
They fell in love with each other.
No, actually, I fell in love with Gracie.
So you fell in love with Gracie?
Yes.
And then how did you raise that with Thomas over there?
Well, as it went on, me and Gracie eventually ended up sleeping together behind his back. I felt really guilty because I have a bad conscience. I felt guilty, so I ended up telling him about it.
So you two were in a sexual relationship. He wasn't involved in it.
No.
He didn't know anything about it?
He didn't even know anything about it until I told him. Then once I told him, of course, oh yes, a man's fantasy, so of course, oh, he was all into that. He wanted to watch. So that's how it started off.
So he was just watching?
He was just watching. Him and her never done anything, just me and him and me and her.
Is he still watching after 4 years?
No, that's the other
What happened
part.
next?
What happened is she decides she wants to have a baby. She's never had any kids. Me and Thomas have kids together.
Yes.
She never had any kids, so she decides she wants a baby. Well, I decided the only way she's having a baby is if Thomas is the daddy, because he's the daddy of all my kids. All of my kids have to have the same day. So that's when they started having sex together to make a baby.
And we
So
have,
as
and
you
we have
see,
baby.
Hang on.
the controller.
Now, Mr. Rogers, didn't that upset you?
Yes, it upset me. It made me feel uncomfortable because, like I said, me and Angela was married for 19 years. When I met Gracie, we were friends. We were co-workers.
Okay,
I
really?
knew
Hang on, let him speak.
That there was an attraction between them, the way they just sit there and just stared at each other when they were at work and always hanging around each other. So I knew something was going on then. And then come to find out, well, yeah, they'd done something behind my back. But it wasn't just one time they'd done something behind my back. It was several times, and then they tell me. And then a few years later, said, well, Gracie wants a baby. Guess what? you're going to be the daddy.
And you said yes.
Yeah.
He's like, that's so really, what, he got something out of it.
Okay, okay, then what happened? You decide that they're going to have a baby together.
Right.
And now, Ms. Campbell,
Yes, ma'am.
would you have picked him for the daddy, or was this her idea?
I would pick him for the daddy because he's a really good dad.
He's a good dad.
Yes.
And the only reason you had sex with him was to get pregnant.
Yes.
Now it's just for fun.
Okay, well, no, you gotta walk me slowly into all of these phases.
We had fun through
because
the
it's
whole
all
thing.
new to me. So they started having sex in order to have a baby.
But then
what
they
happened?
liked it, so we all three just started having threesomes all the time, every time we're in the bedroom.
You had to enjoy
Which
that.
is not very often because usually they're in the bedroom and I'm in the living room with the baby.
But we're not doing anything. When we do something, it's all three of us, and it's at least twice a week. It's better than some people
Twice a
get.
week?
Please.
So you
Twice a
had the
month.
baby, you've got the
Whatever.
baby, and you just add the baby in the pile with the other 3 kids you two have together.
We had it, me and Grace, yes, we did do that. But me and Gracie had a commitment ceremony, too.
Yes.
So it's like me and Gracie are married.
Yeah, like I said, they're married.
We had a commitment ceremony. Thomas was at the commitment ceremony.
when you say commitment ceremony, what do you mean?
We sent a picture in.
We
if
sent a
everybody
picture.
wants to see
We sent a
previously.
picture.
In Tennessee, you're not legally allowed to be married to the same sex. So it's just...
Notwithstanding, you also have a husband somewhere.
Yeah, and that's kind of big of me. So, you know,
Somewhere.
we just had a commitment ceremony where we committed our lives to each other.
Was he
without
there?
the license. He was there.
Did he give you away?
Yes, he did.
Mr. Rogers, don't you have an opinion? I mean,
I have opinions, but I can't express my opinion.
Whatever. He
'Cause
is the
they're like-
bossiest, loudest
they're like
mouth.
here.
now, Mrs. Rogers,
And I'm over
Mrs.
here.
Rogers, that can't be true.
Oh, yes, he
He's
is.
in the
Let
house.
him be the person he is at home, please.
Mrs.
You are a
Rogers.
dictator.
How is he a dictator? You married to another woman and made him have a baby with that woman. How
I
is he
didn't make him
dictating
have
anything?
baby. I asked him, and he just all going for it. Oh, yeah, let's go. When can we start? Please.
He's all for it.
He's all for it. He jumped in that bed willingly. I did not have to twist his arm, for real.
When divorce court continues, will Angela be shocked when Gracie reveals her true feelings?
Are you happy in this relationship?
I feel like I'm the black sheep of the family.
Do you have a relationship question you would like me to answer on the show? If you do, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com or become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court is back with the case of Thomas Rogers, whose wife brought another woman into their marriage and now wants to leave him. But has this marriage been complicated even more by health problems?
He went on layoff in November to come home because that's when I got diagnosed with cancer and I got really sick.
I'm gonna talk to Ms. Campbell for a moment. Are you happy in this relationship?
Very happy. I'm very happy in this relationship, Your Honor.
Who do you consider your primary partner in this relationship?
Angela.
Angela. He's just kind of like a tag-along?
Yes.
Yes.
See? And I don't get
And
tagged
see,
along everywhere. Like, okay, for 2 years straight, they went across the country. Where was I at? Sitting at the house
With the kids?
with the kids.
And Your Honor, I only work and make all the money. He
You-
controls every aspect of my paycheck.
So neither one of you are working?
No.
Now, Mrs. Campbell, are you happy supporting Mrs. Rogers for the rest of your life? Is that what you want?
Well,
because I'm talking to Mrs. Campbell.
But let's explain
No,
why
no,
Miss
no.
Rogers ain't working, though.
No. Are you satisfied with the economic situation as it currently stands?
It's very difficult to take care
Of a whole
family.
All by
and it's-
yourself?
And it gets frustrating because I'm the only one working, and it's hard for me. It's
Mrs.
very
Rogers,
difficult
does
for me.
anybody in your house speak other than you?
Yes,
You seem to be in command of all of this.
that's right. I am a bossy
She's in
person.
control.
I admit I'm a bossy person, but let's explain why I'm not working.
Why aren't you working?
I got sick with cancer. I just, like a month ago, got all the cancer out. So yes, Your Honor, there's a reason why I'm not working. Let them tell you the whole story. I supported them until I got sick.
And I'm so glad you're better,
So I'm
Mrs.
a
Rogers.
survivor.
Let
I'm
me
gonna
say
get a
that to you.
job.
You have survived. And I'm so
right.
happy about that. That's a hard thing. That's a struggle.
So you have to give me time to get better to get a job.
Nobody's telling you to hurry up and get better and get a job. Every time you try to get a job, yeah, I tell you not to.
And I
Because
admit
know
that's
you're
why
not
he's
better.
not working. He went on layoff in November to come home because that's when I got diagnosed with cancer and I got really sick. I admit that's why he don't have a job. I admit that most of that's my fault. I got it. But now whenever I say something about him getting a job, he's like, I'm trying. There's just no jobs. But you can't get a job laying on the couch. They ain't going to come to you.
First of all, it's not your fault you got cancer, okay?
Well, I feel like
it isn't. Do you feel really burdened by what he wants from you? Because you went from the strongest woman I have ever seen in here to tears. And I know cancer is a difficult thing, but you seem to have, you feel pressured or something. Do you feel like
that's
people
true.
blame you? What do you think they're blaming you for?
I don't know. He just used to make me feel better all the time. I had a job. I took care of everybody. He was always the rock in my life. I could go to him about anything. It didn't matter what. I could go talk to him. He'd put his arms around me, tell me it's going to be okay. And you know what? I was better. I knew it would be okay. But now whenever I got a problem, I try to go to him. But he'll be just like, yeah, get over it. You've always got some kind of issue. It seems like all I get is to go shoulder from him. And I'm tired of that. I need somebody to be the rock for me because used to I was the strong person.
Well, now, hang on, though.
Don't have a
Now,
problem.
Mrs. Campbell is crying. You got a wife to go to. Well, Mrs. Campbell, why are you crying now?
Because I love her and I don't want anything to happen to her, and I know how hard it is to have cancer. I know how hard it is. And with me working, it feels like I can't be home with her to take care of her. I can't even find a job that has first shift. And I try to take care of my baby, and I can't.
Do you think Mr. Rogers is not pulling his weight? I'm not quite sure I understand.
I feel like I'm not appreciated in the family. I feel like
You're appreciated.
I feel like I'm the black sheep of the
I'm
family.
not
I feel like
you need to get a job and go to work.
I'm
for
alone in
real.
all of this.
When divorce court continues, is Thomas two-timing everybody?
Do you think he's cheating? Is that why you keep calling him?
Yep.
If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court returns with the case of Angela Rogers, who admits her marriage became complicated when she was diagnosed with cancer. But did things become even more complicated when Gracie had a baby with Thomas?
Do you feel jealous at all that you're biologically unattached to that baby because it's theirs?
I don't have a job right now. But it seems like every time I go to a job, the job that I do, a lot of time, before I would carry a cell phone with me all the time. Well, it got to where call after call after call after call after call.
What was it just Miss Rogers or was it both of them?
It was just my wife.
Okay, you're not understanding the whole picture.
Okay.
Let me explain.
Go ahead.
I've cheated on him, not with her. Besides her, I cheated on him one time before, but he's also cheated on me. He's always accused me of cheating.
But do you think he's cheating? Is that why you keep calling him?
Yep.
Why do you
Okay,
think?
how
Is
many
he doing
times-
anything
how many
that makes
times
you
do I call
believe
you?
he's cheating? What's he doing that makes
Because
you...
I feel like at home, this is honestly, you want the truth? This is how I
Absolutely.
feel. I feel like we just coexist in the same house. It's like we're not even together. He
Who's
sits
not
in
together, the two of you or
yeah,
the three
two
of you?
us. He sits in the living room and watches TV. Me and her sits in the bedroom and watches TV. The only time we see him is when he does come to bed. Then he goes right to sleep. Occasionally he'll work a puzzle book or something.
You guys
But
all
then he'll
sleep
go
in the
right to
same
sleep.
bed?
Yes, we all sleep in the same bed, but she works midnight shifts, so she only sleeps in the bed 2 nights a week.
And Your Honor, she checks my cell phone all the time.
I check her cell phone, please. She's always checking my cell phone.
Well, jeez, you're always checking my cell phone.
God know
here sitting, and I think I'm, you know,
For real.
you know,
Okay, let me ask you a question. When I'm in the living room watching TV,
We don't check your cell phone.
and y'all are in the bedroom,
but she
and
checks
y'all are
my
in the
cell phone all
bedroom
the
watching
time. She
TV,
doesn't trust me.
where's the baby?
She doesn't trust me at all.
Okay. We sent in a picture of the baby. If you guys, for you guys.
Do you feel jealous at all that you're biologically unattached to that baby because it's theirs?
Yes.
No.
Does that bother you?
No,
Yes.
because I'm more of a mama than both of them could be.
No.
Whatever.
I'm
Look
over
here.
mine.
You work all the time.
Look here,
I'm the one that
work.
plays
You know,
mama.
I can't just
It's a
take care of the
beautiful
baby,
baby.
on a whim.
He is.
Who does he call? What does well, the baby's not old enough to talk.
I'm mama, she's little mama. That's what we are to all of our kids.
Mama and little mama, and
little
daddy.
mama. And daddy.
And daddy.
Now, you're not going to bring any more people in this relationship, are you, Mrs. Rogers?
No, he
You- I mean,
thinks
you
me
done.
Grace I'll chase another guys, but I would not ever actually cheat on him with another guy.
I
ever.
have
Not
never
with another
cheated,
girl.
not one
Y'all
time.
When divorce court continues, things get heated in the courtroom as the litigants battle over custody of the baby.
So who gets the baby when we're divorced?
That is such a deep issue. I mean, did you adopt the baby?
Divorce court returns with the case of Thomas and Angela Rogers, who have been married for 19 years and now are divorcing because Angela is in love with another woman.
Mr. Rogers, why don't you tell me why you want $500 from Mrs. Rogers?
Well, it all has to do with vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay, for the past 3 years, I've been wanting to get me a truck. I couldn't get a truck because I'm always getting vehicles for them.
So give me the 500.
That's the value of the vehicle that's in Angela's
But
name.
it's in my name, so why does he want $500 from me?
So how many cars do you have that
Now
work?
we have
Two.
two.
2 cars that work.
Yes. And I have a
And
picture
one of them
the-
is the 1995 Nissan Pathfinder.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the one you want, or at least you want the value of it if you can't get the car. Is that what you're
Yes.
telling me?
Yes.
Mrs. Rogers, why do you feel that since you guys got 2 cars, you got a wife and a baby out of it, he can't have a car?
Because the other car he bought for my son, and that's my car.
That's
and I
your
want
car.
to keep the car.
And you want to keep the car?
That's right. I'd rather pay him the $500 than keep the car. So who gets the baby when we're divorced?
Me.
Huh? That's not happening.
Oh, listen. That is such a deep issue. I mean, did you adopt the baby?
No.
I mean, she's the mother, he's the father. He needs to go to court in Tennessee and get visitation privileges from her.
But that's fine, and we're not mean. I don't mind him having visitation.
Hang on. Let me say this. I don't know what you people got going on in your house. I don't know what you guys decide as a moral code, what's right or what's wrong. You got a husband and a wife, and you still feel unsupported. I don't get that part.
He
You know,
needs to get a job.
hush. You got 2 women in your bed, you still not happy. I don't know what it is that's gonna make you people happy. I don't know that you know what's gonna make you people happy, but I do know that at some point you have to draw a line. You have to say, this is right, this is wrong, I'm not gonna do this, I will do that, because if you continue just to satisfy want after want after want, you're gonna be pulling in people and babies, and you're gonna look up and you're gonna be drowning in all your wants because you haven't done anything you were supposed to do. You just satisfied those things. You said to me, not 5 minutes ago, you don't mind giving him 500. If you can keep the car, you can have the 500. This matter is adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I think me and Gracie should get the baby. I do think that he should get visitation rights, but I think we should get to raise the baby. He didn't even want the baby in the beginning. We did. He just had the baby for us, he said.
Well, I love my child, and he's with me all the time, so I think I should have the baby.
She's the one that works and supports the baby. You can
I
visit
take
the baby.
care of the baby as much as I can.
And I take care of him all the other time.